Making a video. I think it's a response video to Anti-Bullshit Man, except it's not really him, it's his blog. His video, Anti-BS Man. So, okay, anyway. Yes, he did a video, so I'll respond to something. I don't know. So, anyway, he pointed to the blog, so I did read this thing. Much words and such. Lots of jibber jabber and, hinkle finkled stinkle dinkle in there. Lots of words. Wordified all over the place. So yeah, I don't really have to concede. I don't really get it. I sort of glazed over a little. Yeah, I think it has something to do with nihilists. Yeah. And, yeah, that's it. And this whole idea of how you value, how you do this negative utilitarian thing, which he concedes he is. So we sort of agree on that one anyway, mostly. But yeah, the value equation is really difficult to do. We know for certainty certain parts of the value equation. We know for certainty that getting an ice cream cone at Friendly's is not worth running a kid over in the street in a horrible manner where he suffers and bleeds out and screams and yells in pain. But those two things, yeah, okay, we can figure that out. No way is that worth it. The more complex question is how much is an hour's worth of suffering from somebody just writhing and tormented in mental anguish of the worst possible fear and all the the real insidious, deep into your nerve kind of horrors. How much of an hour's worth of that is that worth? Is it worth 2 broken legs? Is it, it's really hard to draw those equations up and to figure out, how do you scale them? Especially when they're imposed on somebody who doesn't want them, who didn't volunteer to play the game. When somebody breaks their leg playing basketball and they volunteer to play basketball, we say, well, okay, that's part of the risk of playing basketball. You run, you trip, you break your leg, blah, blah, blah. But if they were just a bystander walking down the sidewalk and somebody threw the basketball and hit them and they knocked them down, they broke their leg, that's a different kind of broken leg because now you've imposed it on somebody. Okay, they didn't volunteer to play basketball. They didn't volunteer to assign any risk onto themselves. So their pain is completely obnoxious to their purpose in life. It's not part of the price they stated a willingness to pay, kind of thing. And we should, rationally, it's just sensible that you'd be able to make these rational contracts. Yeah, the basic game of life is broken, in the sense that broken from a rational, intelligent, civilized way of conducting business. Civilized people don't conduct business where there's catches and where something, there's a snake in your box of cookies. You don't open a box of cookies and a snake pops out. No, that's not, no. We have contracts say, no snakes in your cookies. You can expect to have no snakes in your cookies. That's a reasonable expectation. But you don't get that with life. All right, because life does this thing where you can't get consent. You can have the cookies shoved in your face, and there's can be snakes in the box of cookies. Fuck that. It's bad enough they're forcing you to buy the cookies, and then they shove snakes in the cookies. What the fuck? That ain't a deal. I didn't sign up for no snakes in my cookies. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, it seems Anti-Bullshit Man is making some sort of... Well, first it's one of these arguments like, even if somebody's on your side for the wrong reason, it's okay because they're on your side. And I suppose that's okay when you're in the middle of the Civil War, right? You really don't care that if somebody's fighting on the Civil War not because they want to free the slaves, but because they want to go down to the South and steal all their stuff. Yeah, all right, you got the same purpose. You all want to get down to the South and stop these bad people from doing this bad stuff. But yeah, I mean, that sort of sucks that this guy just wants to do it because he wants to steal stuff. But yeah, maybe you can use him. Maybe he could be a good bullet catcher, and so yeah, you'll use his service in attaining your goal. All right, there's a practicality to that. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying I'm not too happy about it. So yeah, I'm not going to be thrilled if there's anti-natalists who are just anti-natalists because they hate human beings. That's just stupid. I mean, goddamn. Human beings are as much a victim of this circumstance as anything else is. And getting rid of human beings doesn't do anything to fix anything real on this planet. I mean, what, the only real suffering is silly human on human suffering? I mean, come on. I mean, that's too silly a fucking goddamn philosophy. So yeah, maybe they're on my side, but they're on my side for a stupid, idiotic reason. And as soon as the war's over, I'm kicking them the fuck out of the car because they're idiots. They're fucking jerks and morons. You know. So I don't know where to go with that. I mean, I don't know how to concede to your point completely because I just can't do it completely. It's not the same thing. I mean, it's just not. I mean, if you're doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, it's still the right thing, but it's still the wrong fucking reasons. And they usually reveal themselves as important. Reasons usually show up at some point and say, here I am, I'm the reason we're doing this. And that's sort of important in the end game. So I guess I would argue that, yeah, they might be useful in the short term, but in the long term they're going to be a liability, so always be ready to put a bullet in their head because they're going to be a problem sooner or later. So yes, use the retards to fight the war, but as soon as the war has any hope of being over, shoot them in the back of the head. Or something like that. Anyway, so the other part of his argument, I think, sort of relates to this whole knowing of stuff. And this idea of subjectivism, and yeah, well, fuck all that. I don't buy any of that crap. If you're not arguing what you know, then don't bother arguing. I mean, just do it really meekly, like, I sort of think that maybe, possibly, blah 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 blah. But if you don't know, then just make little meek suggestions. I don't know. I don't know. I don't quite. You know. But yeah, don't make fucking statements and arguments and defenses unless you're pretty goddamn sure you're right, because all this shit's pretty fucking important. So I'm going to say something like, unless you knows, you have to knows to impose. Yeah, that's a good title. You have to knows to impose. So if you're going to impose life or have kids, then you better goddamn know it's the right thing to do. That goddamn it's going to work out for the best. That goddamn it's sure goddamn thing. It's a great goddamn idea. And if you're going to argue against somebody else having a kid, then you got to goddamn know it's fundamentally evil. That fundamentally in the long term we lose by playing a game like that. That this is what the universe is made out of. It's made out of goddamn stupid, ignorant, dumb matter. That this whole replicating thing is just goddamn bullshit. It's a goddamn accident of fucking chemical circumstance. Doesn't mean a goddamn thing. And we're just built to be goddamn machines that consume shit, eat shit, okay, and talk shit. That we're just fucking shitters. We're goddamn shit processors. That's all we fucking are. And that's a goddamn fail right on its face. So why the fuck? You know, and I know this shit. I don't just think this shit. Oh, well, maybe, possibly. No, I know it. I know it to the core of my gut. I know it to the interior of my nuts. Every fucking little blood vessel and convolution. I know every detail of it. I mean, it's all the way inside of me that I know this. It's written on every goddamn bit of flesh inside of me. If I could turn myself inside out, it's written on every goddamn corner of me. That goddamn this is the truth about how this fucking universe works. That this goddamn experiment is just that, just bullshit. It's just a fucking chemical experiment started by a goddamn ignorant, stupid universe. It's a goddamn fart of the goddamn universe. That's all we fucking are. We're fart. Okay? We're not good. We're just fucking excess gas. We're just a goddamn thing that took place. We're a goddamn infestation. Infestation on the surface of a goddamn globe of matter in a goddamn cold, brutal, radioactive goddamn universe. And that's it. Alright? We're just scuzz. We're just shit. Talking shit. Period. And I know it. Okay? It's not like, oh yeah, I'm not quite sure about, oh, it may be possible. No, there's no fucking God, there's no fucking purpose, there's no fucking anything here. There's a replicating molecule, there's 4 billion years of evolution that designed us, that gave us tools to beat the shit out of each other so we could steal all the energy so we could say I win in the end and be an arrogant asshole. And that's all there is. That's it, there's nothing. What the fuck is that? It's my neighbor, but his truck looks different. Anyway, looks bigger. scarier. Yeah, gave me a little scare. Anyway, coming running at me. So yeah, so that's it. You know, so yeah, know if you're gonna talk stuff, talk it because you know it, and not because you just. And if you just think it, just be more timid than, okay? Don't be such arrogant assholes. If you know having kids is right, then go ahead and make arguments defending having kids. But until you know it, you ought to just shut the fuck up. Because you're just talking shit. You're just talking out of your ass. Okay? You're not making argument. Well, I'm not talking about anti-bullshit. I'm just talking all these anti-natalists. Well, that's the other thing he says. We shouldn't argue with these assholes. What the fuck do you mean? We should argue with each other somehow. Somehow that makes more sense. Well, let's argue with the nihilist anti-natalist. Let's have arguments about anti-natalism inside of anti-natalism, about whether assholes should be anti-natalists because they hate humans, or whether people should be anti-natalists because they hate fucking goddamn sentient creatures being put in jeopardy for no goddamn reason. Yeah, that's a good one. Without any goddamn consent forms. That's bullshit. So anyway, alright, so I probably got to enough of that, right? I probably got to some of the stuff in here, pretty sure. I referenced some of it. So anyway, let's do some of this Quinta guy stuff, because he's so fucking annoying. But, you know, anti-bullshit man would say, don't bother arguing with this motherfucker, because he's too damn stupid. Well, I know, but, you know, the people make these arguments, and other people think they're good arguments, and so you have to tear them down once in a while, because people buy into this bullshit. They buy these lies. And that's all they are, is lies. And so in one video he was arguing that we can't use the Frankenstein analogy because the author of the Frankenstein novel was a tree-hugging nature lover, and she was really writing a metaphor about how we should all love nature and not not do anything against nature. Which was a pile of shit anyway. She was writing a novel, asshole. You know, based on an interesting theme. But you have any direct quotes from her stating her nature lovery? But even if I conceded the point, it doesn't matter. I've used the Frankenstein analogy where I've completely changed it, okay? I mean, we've analogized that Dr. Frankenstein's actually being successful. That 7 out of 10 of his little creations go out the front door in pink dresses with little pink balloons saying, I like life, I like life, I want to fuck some things over, I want to eat some pig meat. Okay, and they're all happy, happy little pig eaters. Okay, and what we're arguing about is the 3 that go out the back door. Okay, with all kinds of liabilities. And say, how the fuck did I get stuck in this fucking pigsty? Yeah, so I've already changed the metaphor, you fucking douchebag. So this idea that I can't use Frankenstein unless I go to the author of the original story and get their approval is just bullshit. I can use Shakespeare, I can use lots of other stories as metaphors, and I can use them to my purposes. I can use the 3 pig story not just to explain how, well, it's good to be, you know, thinking about the long term and build your little house out of bricks instead of building your house out of short-term straw. Or there could be another metaphor there, which is, if you don't like your brother, tell him to make a house out of straw. Because then he'll get eaten by a wolf. Whatever. There could be lots of stories in there. So fuck you telling me what I can and cannot do with Frankenstein. And goddamn, every version of Frankenstein out there is dark as goddamn dark can be. None of them are happy ending, la 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 good stories. They all suck. I don't want to be Frankenstein. I don't want to be Dr. Frankenstein. I don't want to be the peasants living in fucking Frankenstein and Tonia either. They live in this shithole in the first place, and nobody wins in any of them stories anyway. Even the De Niro version of Frankenstein, what happens in the end? They go live in an ice cave. Nobody wins, idiot. Jesus, stupid fuck. Where's the beautiful description of nature or humanity or anything in any of those stories? There's no fucking... Humans suck, animals suck, nature sucks. It all fucking sucks. It's just a big pile of goddamn suck, you retard. So anyway, let's just play some of this shit. It really is pissing me off.
Many anti-natalists
Fucking douchebag.
base their belief in anti-natalism,
And blah, 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 blah,
their
blah.
ideology.
Yeah, so he's saying this, right? These are his accusations about what forms an anti-natalist. Fucking lying cunt.
Of anti-natalism. on this.
Yeah, well, many pro-natalists don't really want to have kids. They want to molest kids. They look like child molesters because they are child molesters. They just want to play with their little willies and little vaginas because they can't, children forget and they really don't know what's going on, so they can get this free molestation time in. So they're not having kids because they want children or because they want to grow up a new adult. They just want to molest something. That's why they look like molesters.
Over their religious expectations.
Yeah, so religious expectations again. So this has something to do with religious expectations. So if assassin beetles or bugs were the first organism to gain high intelligence, and they said to themselves, "Ooh, this is disgusting," this whole idea of sticking a Parvophilus in there and sucking guts out and shit to it. No, we got to find out some other way to feed ourselves. Let's make a porridge that we can suck to us, Parvophilus. Right? Because they would rationally say what we're doing is wrong, that we shouldn't torture other animals, that we can gain our food some other way. Somehow now they're religious. That means that assassin beagles are religious. As soon as anything finds anything critical about doing anything the natural way, all of a sudden now you have a religion. I mean, what a fucking asshole thing to say. Again, so if I just slander all of you fucking natalist pedophiles, all right, now just call you pedophile. You're going to call me religious, I'll call you a pedophile, you motherfucking cunt. You look like one, you sound like one, you talk like one, you probably smell like one.
Of what reality should be, as opposed to what reality is.
Right, you can't deal with the reality. You have a little tiny wiener and you can't get any, so, you probably, these glasses represent your blind wife. And so, you wanted to have children so you could molest it. That's why you had children, so you can molest them.
Now, a lot of antinatalists express...
A lot of pro-natalists are just looking to lick asses. They would especially like little young asses when the little, kind of viscousy brown pooey comes out. Just that kind of clear and translucent poo. They like to lick up the poo from the babies. Ooh, the pedophiles like that. Yum, yum, yum.
Express deep depression, deep disappointment.
Look at this fucker. I mean, yeah, if I was you, I would be really depressed and disappointed. That's for sure. No doubt goddamn about it.
Over the fact that
life is entirely and completely fucking ignorant and stupid. That's right, that the game is stupid, that we're playing a motherfucking game that has no intelligent elegance built into it, that it's all brass knuckles and good fortune and bad luck and bullshit that runs the whole fucking thing, and idiots like you just say, yeah, let's play hopscotch to the death. And rational people say, why do we want to do that? And you say, well, because there's little baby wheelies on the other side. Fuck you, you creepy motherfucker. You just shut the fuck up, you slandering lying cunt. I mean, really.
Many of the things they were told as children simply are not true. They find are not true as they get older.
This whole crock of shit. So again, he's going to slander My Misery guy, Jay Sounder guy, and all the rest of this. Of course there are fables and stories that they lie to children to give children some sense that everything's going to be okay. And now we know that those are all lies, all of them, not just God stories, but all of the fairy tales, asshole. That's right. So you make a fake world where there's justice and honor and integrity, where people win for the right reason. So you create a bunch of lie stories where Cinderella wins in the end, kind of bullshit, where the underdog is victorious, just to give children this fake notion that somehow if you do the right thing, you play by the rules, and you blah, 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 you're not going to get cancer when you're 23 years old and die. And it's just a lie. You can't bargain with nature. You can't make a fair deal. Okay? There is no honor for honor exchanges here. Alright? Nature is a backstabbing motherfucking cunt. Okay? The game is dirt, dumb, stupid, and only pedophile lunatics would play it. So let's go forward a little bit. I mean, he starts ragging because I made some reference to when I was a kid and one experience in my whole life of experiences that was kind of telling for me, the death of my pet lizard when I was a kid. And the point of the story is that who killed the lizard? That's right, my next door neighbor. So your argument is still bullshit. I was quite aware at a young age that human beings have completely different sensibilities than my own. That here I am saying, oh, this is a living creature. This is an interesting living creature, my friend. And some asshole living next door thinks it's a goddamn bug and needs to be swatted. Alright, so I was quite aware that human beings have very different definitions of what's valuable in the world, jackass. Gee, you're just such a fucking lying cunt.
They were 8 years old. And many of them have seen pets die, or have had pets die. And when a child is younger, the parents will sometimes ameliorate the issue.
Right, they'll lie. So as soon as they ameliorate, they'll lie to their kids to create a false delusion that everything is okay when really, in fact, it's not okay. Okay, their animal basically got run over by a car, it bled out on the street, it yelped, dead, blah, 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 and died. Okay, and it's dead. It's gone forever. It lived for nothing. It just got used up and it just got squished because some asshole was rushing to the store to get the last box of Twinkies. I mean, fuck you. Life is stupid. You want to play it, you play it, asshole, but play it with your goddamn self. Quit imposing it on goddamn victims of your fucking goddamn perverted genetic experiments, you motherfucking jackass. Alright, enough of the video. Look at this. Mommy didn't tell me about that.